I won't tolerate this! Get out!
The executive floor of Harrison & Cole Global went silent the moment it happened. The sharp sound echoed against glass walls and marble floors. It wasn't just the slap. It was the disbelief. Assistants froze mid-step. Analysts looked up from their laptops. Even the security guard near the elevator stiffened. In a building known for power suits and billion-dollar negotiations, something unthinkable had just happened in broad daylight. And she didn't cry. She didn't argue. She didn't even flinch. Janelle Brooks simply looked at him, steady, calm, unshaken. Senior Vice President Adrian Cole believed he had just asserted authority. What he didn't know was that within hours, his 20-year career would begin unraveling piece by piece. But before we continue, make sure you like this video, share it with someone who believes in accountability, and subscribe for more powerful stories because this one is unforgettable. Harrison & Cole wasn't just another corporation. It was the crown jewel of the financial district, a global firm handling mergers worth billions, a place where reputations were currency. And Adrian Cole was one of its most powerful executives. Brilliant strategist, ruthless negotiator, feared leader. Interns whispered about his temper. Managers carefully measured their words around him. The board tolerated his arrogance because he delivered results. He believed in hierarchy, in control, in knowing exactly who held power in the room. Then Janelle Brooks joined corporate strategy. 28 years old, Ivy League graduate, former international consultant. Calm voice, precise mind, unshakable composure. She didn't demand attention. She earned it. But to some senior executives, she didn't look like leadership. She was young. She was black. And she didn't fit the image they were used to seeing at the head of a boardroom table. Adrian noticed her during her third week, not because she made a mistake, but because she corrected one. During a high-stakes acquisition briefing, he misinterpreted a risk forecast. It was subtle, technical, but potentially dangerous. Janelle leaned forward and clarified the data. Not loudly. Not disrespectfully. Just accurately. The room grew quiet. Adrian corrected the slide without acknowledging her. But something shifted that day. He began interrupting her during meetings, questioning her tone, reassigning her reports for review, undermining her contributions in front of others. It wasn't obvious hostility. It was strategic dominance. And everyone felt it. Still, Janelle never reacted emotionally. She simply did her work, flawlessly. What no one in that building knew was this. Her father, Marcus Brooks, had recently been appointed executive chairman of the board, overseeing multiple subsidiaries, including Harrison & Cole. But when he accepted the role, he made one rule clear. No special treatment for his daughter. No announcements. No interference. Merit only. And Janelle insisted on the same. The breaking point came during a live merger presentation. Investors were dialed in. Board members were present. Millions, possibly billions, were at stake. Adrian presented the strategic forecast using projections Janelle had prepared. But he altered one risk disclosure, minimizing a potential liability. Janelle saw it immediately. She spoke calmly. Sir, the original model reflects a higher exposure. We need to clarify that. He ignored her. She clarified again, slightly firmer, because shareholders were listening. The room froze. Weeks of simmering tension exploded. He accused her of insubordination, of embarrassing him, of challenging authority in front of investors. And then, in a moment that would define his downfall, he struck her. A sharp slap across the face. Gas filled the executive floor. A junior analyst instinctively raised her phone. Security cameras captured everything. And Janelle? She didn't cry. She didn't retaliate. She looked him in the eye, steady, composed, powerful in her silence. For the first time, the room wasn't afraid of Adrian. They were uncomfortable. Because this wasn't leadership. It was abuse. And it felt personal. He assumed his status would protect him. He didn't realize the company had recently implemented a zero-tolerance workplace violence policy. Within hours, compliance officers were notified. Footage was reviewed. Emergency board proceedings were scheduled. Adrian walked into the boardroom confident. He walked out uncertain. At the head of the table sat Marcus Brooks. Beside him, Janelle. The footage played in silence. Clear, undeniable. The sound echoed louder in that boardroom than it had on the executive floor. Adrian attempted to justify himself. High-pressure environment, maintaining order, corporate discipline. Policies were read aloud. Workplace conduct standards. Federal employment law. Anti-discrimination statutes. Then Marcus spoke, first as chairman. He outlined the company's values. Integrity, respect, professionalism. Only then did he disclose his relationship to Janelle. Not as leverage, but as transparency. The color drained from Adrian's face. This wasn't a junior employee without support. This was someone protected by policy, evidence, and truth. An internal review uncovered more than just one incident. Multiple staff members submitted statements describing intimidation, microaggressions, targeted hostility. The slap wasn't isolated. It was the breaking point. Adrian Cole was suspended effective immediately. His executive contract terminated pending investigation. Security escorted him from the same glass hallway where he once commanded fear. Janelle remained composed through it all. Not triumphant. Not vengeful. Just steady. Because this was never about revenge. It was about dignity. In the months that followed, Harrison and Cole implemented sweeping reforms, mandatory leadership training, stronger anonymous reporting systems, board-level oversight on executive conduct. Several colleagues privately apologized to Janelle for staying silent. She accepted their words, but reminded them gently. Silence sustains injustice. Adrian's once untouchable career was permanently altered. But this story isn't just about a powerful man falling. It's about a system being forced to confront bias. It's about a young Black executive refusing to shrink herself. And it's about the quiet strength of standing firm, even when the room turns against you. If this story moved you, like this video, share it, and subscribe for more powerful stories that bring truth into the light. Because accountability doesn't begin with power. It begins with courage.